Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome in here. We are working on a project right now. Aside from the one account that is just doing some AFK woodcutting, I am attempting to complete Song of the Elves on 3 of my 4 group hardcore Ironman accounts. So, the one account that is woodcutting is already finished with the quest, so I have been sitting on that only one account having done the quest for quite some time now. And I just decided, well, if I ever want to use, for example, the bow of Ferdinand, the Bofa, for example, then I would need to complete this quest on these other 3 accounts if I choose to use that weapon on here. Obviously, it is a tradable item, the Enhanced Crystal Weapon Seed, or the Uncharged Bofa. However, I would need to deplete it of charges, but it's just an option and it's something that I would like to work on. Yeah, we will be starting Song of the Elves. I actually completed a handful of these steps already. It's mostly just dialogue and the initial little battle between the paladins and the mourners. Yeah, we have just entered the library here, the Grand Library. Um, Going to be doing a different style of recording for this particular video, in which case, I will skip through a lot of the long, more boring parts, and hopefully we get to just some of the more enjoyable parts. It does look like it is making me click this mirror directly on, and then rotate as well. So yeah, I can't just go around clicking blue. I will need to actually use items from my inventory. So we'll see how this works out. Rotate it a little bit too much there. But I'm going to try to do one mirror at a time per account and see how it works. Focusing then on each account individually for every single step before moving on, because if I just run it all through with one account, then the other 2 would be kind of left in the dust. So yeah, already getting ahead of myself here on actually 2 of these accounts. Oh, looks like it says there's already something in there. I guess I had to rotate this one. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So let's just see how things pan out for the first couple of puzzles here. Not gonna be recording 100% of the footage in the library, but I do think it would be a little bit entertaining to maybe watch for the first little while as I struggle here. So yeah, as I am just going around one by one here, working on each pillar. I am actually live streaming as well currently on Kick, so please come check out my Kick. It is kick.com/Mr. Blue, and then to spell Gene, it's Gene, not like the YouTube spelling for my name. So unfortunately, the username was taken. I would like to get that fixed sometime, but unfortunately, we'll have to make do. But yeah, come check out the live stream sometime. I'm starting to stream consistently, and yeah, alongside making videos. Something that I've always wanted to do was stream and make videos. So here we are, and you can catch me live whenever I go live on Kick. Uh, you know, there are plans to potentially go live on Twitch as well, but I think right now I'm going to keep my focus mainly on Kick, as it does seem to just be the new go-to streaming platform. It's a little bit easier to be discovered on Kick if you're new, I believe, due to just the lack of scrolling, like how many hundreds and hundreds of streams you would have to scroll through just to finally find the bottom of a streamer with potentially very little viewers. Yeah, currently am going live on Kick, and I've been enjoying it so far. I've had some people stop in and say hello, so yeah, come check it out sometime. My link is in the description, but again, that is going to be kick.com/Mr. Blue, and then it's Gene. So just check the spelling there. But yeah, should be pretty straightforward if you look at the description of this video. And yeah, so we're continuing here with the quest. It's obviously a lot going on. Basically just rotating the mirror until the little runelight icon goes away from the current pillar that I'm working on. So here I use the split crystal, and it seems like that's the only step for that one. So yeah, we'll be continuing on here. So yeah, obviously this is very challenging. It requires so much focus and attention, but I just feel like, hey, if I'm gonna knock it out on one account, one at a time, why not just try all three at the same time? Because currently I would like the quest done. I would like access to the activities in Prif on all four accounts, so I'm no longer bottlenecked into just one account being the only account that has access to Prif. So yeah, we'll just have to see. And yeah, as I'm just following what Runelight is telling me, we will continue with placing mirrors. So yeah, we're working through yet another light puzzle. There are quite a few light puzzles in this particular section, obviously this being the library part. In this quest, if you're unfamiliar with Morning's End Part 1 and 2, they're very long quests, and actually in Morning's End Part 2, you will see a massive light puzzle similar to this. So with Song of the Elves being released, Jagex thought it was fun and a cool idea. Haha, very funny, Jagex. You really got us. But they basically, decided to spoof us here yet again with another, brain rotting light puzzle where you place mirrors in specific locations designed to hold the mirror, and it keeps redirecting a beam of light towards other locations. And there are certain locations that not just redirect it, but split it into multiple directions, as well as certain pillars will they will change the color of the beam. For example, I have a red crystal in my inventory. So if this crystal that is blue passes through basically just an empty pillar with no real purpose to it, you could technically place the red crystal in there, and if you know the color schemes, blue plus red actually would turn it into a green light. So for example, if the puzzle in the end required you to direct a green light into whatever target you're aiming at, that would be the way, is you would have to change the color by adding the color combination into some pillar along the puzzle, right? And that's just all of what the puzzle is about. It's about not only directing it the right way, but making sure that it is the correct color as well. So and then after the seal is activated that you are aiming for, you basically just talk to the the elf person that you kind of awoke with the seal rather, and they basically just teleport you back to the center. I'm bringing a ton of stamina potions with me here. I'm actually just move that teleport crystal away from the top left of my inventory where most of my staminas are, so that I do not accidentally click it, because teleporting out of here would mean that I would lose some progress. So let's make sure we do not do that. But yeah, going to be continuing on here. And yeah, like I said, I was explaining earlier, I'm going to be trying a bit more of like a stop and go video style rather than just 100% straight content that you will see with no interruptions. So we'll see how it works. Definitely let me know down below in the comment section when the video is over, if you made it through or if you only watched part of it. Let me know how you thought the sort of like stop and go style is, especially for the longer content of a quest like this. So Yeah, I'd be interested to find out how the success is in doing so. But I'll probably finish this puzzle specifically, and then we'll try it from then on out. And I'll be skipping through a lot of the other boring dialogue in the quest, and resuming during some exciting fights, for example. So yeah, you'll just have to bear with me as we work on it. And we are back. So first little jump there is what I've been experimenting with. So yeah, we are a little bit further down on this specific section of the puzzle. So basically, something that I've noticed though is that the amount that you have to turn each mirror is varying between accounts. Because some mirrors I place it in and it immediately takes me to the next step. Whereas the other accounts, when I plant a mirror in it, it seems to require me turning it at least once or something, which means that the default placement that some of these mirrors are in is varying from account to account. So that makes it quite peculiar, right? To notice. Usually, I would say not many people would have ever completed this quest or even this part on more than one account at the same exact time. So probably something that would never be noticed in any other scenario. So yeah, see, I placed that one there. Okay, see that one, all three were a single placement. I'd like to actually show an example. So here, I'm going to place the mirror with all three accounts. Let's see if any of these accounts need it turned. Nope, still all three were solid. It was definitely apparent in some of the more previous mirror directions there. Oh, see, so I had to just turn that one that I'm currently right-clicking at with no dialogue. I had to turn that one at least once there, I believe. Whereas these other two, it just immediately lit up the seal. So yeah, this light puzzle is completed, but right there was a perfect example of that. It's not exactly identical from account to account, so quite interesting. Not very useful of information, but it is good to know that I can't just mind-numbingly roll through each light puzzle step in this section because each account is going to need a different amount of turning once I place each mirror. So yeah, but we will be continuing on up to what is that, like 18, I believe, mirrors. I believe you get something like 20 something. You go into the 20s with how many mirrors you have to place, and there are also 5 different colored crystals in my inventory. So yeah, we will be working on this for quite a while. Each account is in the exact same spot of this puzzle, so yeah, we'll just have to see. I want another example, and there it is right there. Haven't touched any of them yet. I just placed the mirror, and look, this mirror on this account is telling me that with the arrow flashing on this pillar, I still need to turn this one. So there you go. It just goes to show. Whereas the other two accounts were just immediately fixed upon placing the mirror. So yeah, there is a bit of randomization actually, to where like the quest guide cannot just tell you, place the mirror and press spacebar this many times, right? It is actually going to vary. Kind of interesting, something that I would have never guessed. Why is it like that? I have absolutely no idea, but I am literally proving it right now with this quest, because I am on the same exact spot in the quest on 3 different accounts. So should be interesting later on once I dive more into the fights in this quest. There are a few dangerous fights. I will be using my escape crystal on a low timer for each one. I will be slowing it down just a bit. I won't be able to multitask on all 3 accounts while doing these fights, unfortunately. I know that would be crazy exciting to potentially do Saren on all 3 accounts. Could you imagine? Oh my god, I'm sure it's like somehow possible, but yeah, not a chance. So don't get your hopes up. I will not be doing the boss fights for these quest fights all on all 3 characters at the same time. That would be absolutely madness and quite frankly pretty impossible. So will be, once I get to a boss fight, I will be pausing and taking the time to just do them one at a time. And I have officially fixed all of my audio and visual properties for my stream and my videos that I would like. There was a little bit of unevenness to some of my client sizes. It's a little bit of dead space around the side, a little bit here, a little bit there. I think I've fully perfected it, as maybe some people have noticed, maybe not. But yeah, very happy to have finished that, and it was something that has been bugging me for a while now. Um, but I researched some videos online and finally understood all of the settings and how to adjust them the way that I would like them to be, so that I can, for example, listen to music on stream during my live stream and then have it not only not record to my VODs, but also not record to the recordings from my videos. So I literally just can record while I'm live on Kick or any streaming platform, uh, and be listening to music, and then I'm totally covered because I'm not going to be struck by any copyright acts, most likely due to the fact that they're mostly based on striking somebody for recording music into their VODs, right? Into the VODs or any type of YouTube upload. If music is playing, then you're kind of uploading the song in a way, right? So that's why if you're recording a video or a stream VOD is effectively a recording of your stream, that becomes now like a recorded audio for any type of music or sound that was playing, right? So if you're using copyright music, then you're most likely doing something that's technically illegal, right? It's frowned upon. It's not enforced in large scale, but they can strike you with a copyright DMCA strike. The DMCA Act uh, helps to cover that type of content, to where you're not just using your VOD or YouTube video where you're actually showing good video content as sort of an excuse to also like double up and showcase some like your favorite tunes or music, and sort of get away without purchasing a proper license for it. So yeah, definitely something you have to watch out for in the new era of 2024, and a bit of some previous years as well. This was a major issue rising for a lot of streaming and YouTube creators. So um, yeah, it's nice to know that I finally have the settings the way that I would like them to be, so that I'm fairly safe with most of that. So yeah, we will just be finishing up this puzzle here. Already something, but yeah. So yeah, feel free to catch me live. It's not just a blank, boring, no music stream. I'm always playing music. I love music. Music was such a huge part of my life growing up, and I actually am a percussionist. I play set. I could play almost any percussion instrument. Um, so yeah, I am very in tune with beats and rhythm. That is one of my favorite things to do. Oh, wow. So this specific section is sending me all the way back through the middle. Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky. Yeah, this part of the light puzzle is sending me all the way to the northwest corner. Um, and I believe this is coming up to one of the very first agility puzzles, um, or rather agility obstacles, where you have to grab onto some handholds and work your way across, effectively relying on RNG and your agility level to safely cross. So again, this was a repeat of some aspects that were shown in Morning's End Part 2. So this is the follow-up to Morning's End Part 2. This is obviously a big Grand Master quest. And yes, so here we have it. Lovely. So this could get very, very awkward. So for a couple reasons. One is I'm controlling 3 characters at once right now. So what's going to happen is some of them are actually going to complete this obstacle course before the others, and therefore I'm kind of just going to have to wait and stay stuck. So I ate my summer pie slice in the hopes that it boosts my agility. Okay, so the first account fell. Actually, it looks like 2 of them actually just nailed it on the first try. So again, but this is where it really stinks for me because even though these 2 crossed, I'm stuck on this step until I finish it with the 3rd account. So I could continue here. I could cross back now that I've placed the mirrors. These 2 accounts could progress. But yeah, this 1 account is going to be stuck doom sending this handhold section for quite some time, potentially a few, 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll have to see. Hopefully I can cross it soon. If not, I will actually just maybe I'll just continue then on these 2 accounts and see. Yeah, because I'm just going to keep falling on this 3rd account. So if I just sit here and wait, then I'm going to get very little done in that time. So I will actually just proceed. Mainly because I'm thinking now there's actually a second spot in the quest where you have to cross these little handhold type of section. So if I get there, if I waited up on 2 accounts for my 3rd to finally pass it, and I get all the way there, and then now again they get split up, then I'm just doing the same thing again. So I may as well at least get to that section if I want to regroup each account. But thankfully with Rune Light, just click the light blue action, and you will have a decent time completing it no matter what step. Okay, actually though, we are in good news. This account finally did pass on its 3rd or 4th try. So yeah, I will be able to catch up slowly, and probably by the time I get to the 2nd agility puzzle, or crossing rather, I can hopefully be able to catch up while these 2 accounts are sort of struggling at crossing that, because I'm sure they're not just gonna one-shot it like with the first try. So actually successfully crossing back there saves me a ton of time. So 3rd account is on its way back. Oh, it's actually almost there because I was able to successfully cross back over. I was much closer. So hey, we might not have to wait up very much at all. I'm pretty much there. So yeah, I might just fully catch up. Let's just collect from the dispenser here. Pull the lever, take everything, and we're basically on the same exact step. So very cool how that works. RNG is a crazy thing, and honestly, that's why people love a game like this so much, is because it's just a very fun type of way to enjoy a game, right? Is having a dice roll decide the outcome, right? Some people get super lucky and they get super happy. Others go kind of dry on drop rates, from like a boss, you're hunting an item or something. But then it's so much more rewarding to finally get that item, right? So in both scenarios, you have this very satisfying way to acquire what you're looking for, whether you get super lucky or actually have to work super hard for something. But yeah, it's one of the main appeals of OSRS is the sort of the drop system, and it's heavily depicted by RNG. Some people I've seen, they'll just snipe like a twisted bow in like one of their first few raids, and their account is just set, right? If you're an Iron Man and you snipe a twisted bow that early, you are very undeserving of it because of how rare the item is. But the power that it grants for your character to be able to just destroy future bosses and other content is pretty wild. How much it will just instantly change how powerful your account is and the accessibility at certain areas and raids, for example. So okay, so as we are rounding off this specific section of the light puzzle, there's only a few mirrors left here to place. Maybe a crystal coming in here at the end. Oh, nope, it just goes right into the seal. Perfect. Just gotta turn it, and yeah, we are just touch the seal here. Whoop. And yep, talk to the memory. And yeah, just teleport back to the center and repeat. So yeah, just knocking these out one by one. I believe we're coming up to the puzzle that has the second agility obstacle. So summer pie's at the ready. I will be just eat the summer pie. Should boost my agility by 5 levels, which will increase the success rate of me crossing that agility obstacle substantially, to where hopefully there's not as much variance here in terms of each account successfully crossing on their first couple of attempts. So yeah, we'll have to just see how that works out once we get to that agility obstacle. Okay, we are very close. In fact, yes, here we are. We're officially at the agility obstacle. So I'm going to click my pie, click the half pie, eat the summer pie so that I have a chance to pass this agility obstacle. Much nicer. Looks like this one account is the trooper. One of the accounts has made it successfully. The other two have fallen. So we'll just, although this is a fairly short run, it does look like it's very close to the stairs in which you actually fell down and need to climb back up. So hopefully, due to that, we should be able to catch back up fairly shortly here. It looks like they're both making it. Do we have it? And second try with both of them actually, which means yeah, I can just kind of wait up on this third account and let them fully catch up here. As these two have both made it at the same time, they can both catch up together real quick, and then we're fully synced up again. So yeah, it's just nice to be able to fully sync my counts up. I will actually try to cross on this first guy just to see what his success rate is looking like. And as I saw, I fell, so yeah. It's one of those things where if you actually cross back over successfully, you're slightly closer to the next section. So, it would be nice to just know whether or not, however, the second account did fall. Again, you just climb back up, and yeah, they should all be basically synced up right here at this mirror. So that's cool. Finally done. Both agility obstacles in this quest are done, and I know those can get very, very painful if you are struggling with the base agility level for this quest, which is 70. However, I have well over that. I have into the 80s of agility. Most of these accounts are 81 or 82. Yeah, about 82, and 81. Excuse me there. So yes, we did successfully finish both of the agility obstacles, and mostly due to the fact that our agility level is super high. Okay, so it wants me to go there, but I can't get there, so I guess I have to go down. Yeah, gonna have to go to the bottom floor here, right? I believe so. Actually, it was showing I needed to go down the stairs, but obviously I'm supposed to take this one. So rune light a little bit off there. No worries, we figured that one out quite easily. hate when I keep turning the mirror when it wasn't needed, but yeah. So yeah, as we continue on here, we're rounding off this specific light puzzle. And yeah, it's a ton of focus required. Like, it's just so much micromanaging. Basically, my eyes are just zooming, like going around to each account, identifying like what kind of stage the mirror is at. I just placed one in and how much it needs turn, etc. And yeah, with it being random, I gotta say that was so unnecessary because it only is affecting me. Like, if you're a single playing account and you're just placing the mirror and turning it, like, it absolutely will not affect you. You know, if you have to spacebar once or twice, you're gonna go until it's adjusted correctly. So it's really kind of only messing with me and my brain in that, um, I have nothing to go off of. I have no reference. It's just a random amount of turns with every single mirror. So very funny. But we are kind of closing in on the end of this section of the quest, as there should only be a few more light puzzles. In fact, there might only be like two more. We'll have to see. But I do know that it goes pretty heavy into like the northeast section of this area, and I have yet to actually even enter that northeast section. So yeah, this is getting quite tedious. It will remain challenging. Yeah, we'll just have to see from there. 26 mirrors though, so wish me luck on this puzzle. So yeah, as I predicted, this was one of the first ones in which you enter the northeast section. It's a section that I have yet to have been in, so I do know we are getting closer towards the end here. It's not really within sight just yet, but I do know we're on one of the latter few puzzles. There might only be one more after this, if that, maybe two. I think there is at least one. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing more in my body that wants this to just be done with. I've been just clicking mirrors on the pillars and pressing spacebar the adequate number of times. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing worse than doing this quest is doing this quest 3 times. And the only thing worse than doing this quest 3 times is doing this quest 3 times at the same exact instance in time. So, yeah, maybe some of you can feel me there, but maybe some of you have absolutely no idea either and are just watching for the humor in it. So, you're welcome. Enjoy the laugh as I suffer, but yeah, I'm just trying to get this done so bad. Please. Oh, breath of fresh air. So, another seal that is highlighted, which means we've completed yet another puzzle. Oh my god, that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I see on the directions to leave the library. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. I could not be more excited, to be honest. So let's get out of here. It says to Hot Worlds is the quickest way. So I will just Hot Worlds to the same world so that all 3 accounts are still logged into the same world as I was doing. So another thing that I'm doing is I actually have the quick guide pulled up on the wiki as well. And I know you're like, well, why do you need that if you're using Runelite? It's because I use it for the items required list. It also lets me know in advance what's happening. And yeah, there is the little sidebar on the right. But, you know, I have 3 clients, so I can't just follow that while having it open because it kind of covers up the other clients. So Okay, this one says I'm going to be finding these two elf people, so yeah, just need an axe and uh, weight reducing clothing, which I'm already doing. So basically, this is still not a combat section. So as we continue here, we will find these next few steps, complete the dialogue, and then hopefully coming soon should be some combat. I do need to watch out though. There are some dangerous combat encounters coming up very shortly though, as we are in the tail end of the quest. Having completed the library, that's one of the huge steps. And yeah, the way that I can cycle through dialogue here on so many accounts is, and you can see my mouse, I am literally just flying all around the screen. Now, it doesn't actually look exactly like that. It's more like I'm going in a small circle around the center of all four. But it does, since they're in a slightly different order than the way I have them laid out on my OBS, it's actually, it kind of looks like my mouse is going ballistic, but it's really a tight, small little circle that I'm just rotating around. So yeah, basically what I do is I right click. It's important that you have to right click because if you left click, you're going to potentially just walk here, right? You're going to click in game on the ground, walk here, and then you'll exit the dialogue. So yeah, it's pretty important to right click as you go around in a circular motion between the accounts that are questing while holding the spacebar, and it pretty cleanly just starts sending the dialogue options. Boom, boom. Just you're holding spacebar, so it accounts for literally all of them. So yeah, we'll see here as I start working on this part of the quest. I'm gonna have to pull out some items from my bank, so I will see you shortly. Yeah, this part is pretty tedious. I have to click on every single individual stone. Let's see, can I do it like really fast and just do it on one account? Yeah, it does look like I can, so I might just do it on one, save myself the stress of just going zooming back and forth here. Basically, as soon as I hop, I'll just click the next stone and then I'll just walk each character one by one. A little bit easier than trying to pinpoint accuracy, click each little stone on each client. So yeah, we'll be right there. Okay, so we finished all that. It says make my way to the northwest. Is it going to be faster to just teleport out? I guess. So we'll see if I have some elf. So what's it called? Iorworth camp teleports. I'm sure one of these accounts does. Iorworth, not this guy. Iode, not this guy. Come on, I gotta have him on one account. Maybe the account woodcutting will save us. Drum roll, please. Maybe the account that's woodcutting has it. Iorworth. No, we do not. So just making sure they're not called something else. Yeah, I guess we just don't have those. RIP, we'll have to run there the long way. So let's just go back to Letia. This is why I brought a second elf teleport crystal with me, because I knew I would need to be teleporting to Letia many times during this part. So okay, after many stick traps, we still have one, leaf traps, and dense jungle that we had to crawl through, we did manage to reach one of our destinations here. So it says to just chop. Funny thing is that if for example I would have forgotten my axe, I actually could just trade it from the other accounts. So comes in handy to be in a group with your own characters doing the same quest at the same time. So yeah, let's see how it rolls here. Okay, so we have entered one of the sections where there's a little bit of combat. I just have to basically DDS out these two elf fighters. Yeah, pretty simple, and search the chest. But I noticed when I crossed the log here, um, these archers started attacking me, so I had to get my characters to safety. I gotta watch that their health stays high and whatnot. So yes, go in the cave. It's gonna ask me that every time. Actually, I can just kind of wall him off here. Wall the melee off while I pre-range, and then once the ranger's dead, switch to pre-melee. So basically take no damage. But these are very, very basic monsters. I don't think I would realistically take much damage, even if I tanked them, due to my armor. Bando's Tassie's pretty strong face guard. So yeah, let's teleport this account to Ledia, although I'm out of teleport crystal charges. Gonna have to grab a new one while the third account does this little fight. So we'll see here. Okay, so this is the part where I know you have to fight a very dangerous fight, and I need to equip myself properly with the escape crystal. Okay, but I'm just finished the dialogue on one account to scout out what was happening, and it does seem like I can progress on the other two, as it just has you like search around the tables and whatnot, and does look like this is the part where you have to search like all these little seals around, or maybe it's coming up, but I should probably bank for. Uh-oh, wait. Oh, it's taking me into the fight, I think. We'll have to see. This one top right character. Uh-oh. So yeah, better not progress fully on these two. I guess if I have to tell you out, but probably just resume the fight immediately. But again, so kind of what I do is I will scout forward, ahead, I guess, as you could call it, and see, does this account get taken directly into the fight with what's his face, Isolwyn, I believe, or something, or has something else happen first to where I can progress the others and catch up. Because if I just mindlessly go through dialogue and it throws me right into a fight, well, now all of a sudden I have three characters in danger, and so it's like a panicked teleport, 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 which I'm fine doing, but I'm gonna need to gear up anyway. So okay, yeah. Oh, it's not Isolwyn, it's Arianwyn. I do believe that it's gonna make me fight him right here, so I should probably go bank actually on these characters now while it lets me. I should be able to just go bank here, no? Oh, no, it's blocked off with fire. So probably gonna have to teleport out. Yeah, defeat area. Okay, just get out of there. Whoa, gives me a little bit of chills. Just okay, we're into some of the nitty gritty here. We're into the fights with these characters. I will be taking the fights on one at a time, so let me fully gear up, and we'll be right back with the first fight. Okay, so I've officially geared up. I have my escape crystal, DDS at the ready. One last thing, just make sure my quick prayers are on protect range and piety, as that is pretty vital. When he shoots a purple arrow, it turns off your prayers. So actually, this is one of the things I'm excited to show, is I actually have these fully set up. So what we have is a full screen of each of my 4 accounts. I can pan between all of them. Let me show. Yeah, so that was actually the old. Yeah, we have literally a large screen with the 3 other accounts officially done. I completely revamped all of my OBS scenes, so hopefully everything looks great. We can switch to this account as I'm ready to tell you in. Get straight into it. So I can full screen the account that is focused on effectively. Yeah, let's go get him here. So I have to constantly dodge arrows here. I think the orange arrow is like the one on the ground that you want to dodge. Purple just means turn your prayer back on. Yeah, dodge that orange arrow. Oh, I think it's a 3x3, so you really want to go to the complete opposite side of him. Oh, geez, I thought that was like that one actually hit me. I was like, what? But it's when you get him low, not completely dead, then that happens. Okay. And then what we can do is we'll just switch to a different account here. So, uh, yeah, jumping right into it here. The escape crystal is on. Return to battle. As I kind of continue the dialogue on the other accounts. But we do have to finish what we started here, it looks like, in searching the table real quick. Search this pot. Probably can just do that as well on the other accounts. Just make sure that, yeah, since I stopped with these two characters at the same moment, I do have to like search these couple steps real quick before the fight begins. And yeah, some more dialogue. So again, I kind of held my character off a little bit before this. Hopefully it takes us straight into the fight here with Arianwin, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, quite far in actually to a ton of dialogue. I'm gonna attempt to progress there while I'm doing this. Big multitasker, so. But yeah, this fight is fairly simple. Just want to dodge the orange arrow and put prayers back on when it's the purple arrow. Other than that, the green arrow is just a normal ranged attack and should be fairly simple. It's actually a 0 damage fight now that I'm seeing it. So, oh, okay. Again, I did that just scare me again? Like it's like an orange arrow, and I'm like, okay, I gotta dodge it, and then it just immediately smacks me. I'm like, no. Okay, that account's done. On to the third account. So, in the dialogue here before the fight, we'll see you shortly. And yeah, pretty much a joke here. I just almost spec'd him out before I could even remember to resume the recording. So, but yeah, it's not really something to brag about, this part. I am curious, does that actually hit me if I'm near it and just not on the direct tile? But we're not going to test it. We are a hardcore Iron Man. We will protect our lives wherever possible. It's funny, every single time I go by this specific tree here, I don't know why, but this exact tree is actually used in the RuneScape 3 quest line, which effectively mirrors Song of the Elves. I think it's called Plague's End. I don't know. Shout out to that tree. If anyone from RS3 knows what that tree is, leave a comment. Let me know that you also understand. It's funny. I literally remember that exact tree being like a key landmark in the RS3 version of Song of the Elves, which is I think called like Plague's End or something. So yeah, shout out to that tree, the true homie. Man, you know what I really love about a super long quest is when there's just unnecessary clue grinds in the middle of it. Like it literally gives you a fake clue scroll and makes you run around and dig in like 5 locations. Shout out to long quests like Song of the Elves. Way to go, Jagex. Crushing it. Along we go through the underground pass, one of my favorite areas ever. Funny enough, these same 3 characters were running side by side through this same area doing the actual underground pass quest many months ago. So it's crazy how it goes full circle, right? Just they were started together and they finished together. So, but yeah, this section coming up is going to be, it's like a tank test. So I'm gonna equip my darts. Let's equip the darts on every account, and we'll just be praying like range or something, and then piety for some defense, I guess. or maybe just steel skin. Be a little bit more conservative on the prayer. But basically, all you do is you sit there and you tank the elf archers and the meleeers, as well as constantly draw their aggro. So I will be darting them as much as possible here to keep them from attacking the barrier. Looks like I keep proceeding. So again, I always scout ahead with my first character first. In the event that it takes me directly into some kind of crazy combat where there's no dialogue, so where I can't pause, because then I would just have to kind of tell you out. Just things that happen when you're questing on this many characters at once. Yeah, I believe there's a small part here before we get into the battle, so. Okay, here we have it. So yeah, again, we're going to be starting this sort of little tank test here. I'm only going to do the dialogue, though, on this character, while the other two just wait until I'm completely done. I think this takes like 4 minutes. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm probably not going to record all of it. That would be 12 total minutes added to the video. But yeah, I have my escape crystal on. Quick praise should be something decent. At least give me some overheads on. And yeah, as I just constantly throw darts at these warriors and archers. Okay, so yeah, just click these dudes. Pull their aggro. You want to also be watching for, yeah, see that warrior went straight for it. You want to watch out for any archers that are firing arrows from the side. So I can see one right here. I might need to DDS him out because he's like kind of on the side here. There is only one archer currently attacking it, which was ideal. If I can just keep pulling his aggro. Uh-oh, these warriors are going to it. So I need to just keep them all on me. And if I see any type of archer throwing an arrow like past me, then I need to watch out. Oh, no, that archer's perfect. He can't actually reach it. That's great if I can keep that way. Oh no. Okay, wait, no, I think I reset the block. Yeah, keep them on me, keep them on me. Keep this archer on me. We're doing okay. This part's actually very stressful because just constantly having to pull aggro on these silly minions. Like, I don't understand. Just hit me and only me, man. Once I accidentally kill this archer, though, okay, a warrior spawned, which is actually good. Kind of. Not if they don't cooperate. Oh no, I just dislodged that archer. I was like trying to do something cheeky where I could keep just one warrior aggroed, but it didn't work out. But it should be fine. The barrier strength's pretty high and we're halfway through, so at 2 minutes left. Just need to keep tagging the archer and this warrior. Yeah, that should be fine. There is an archer out here now, actually starting to rag it, so yeah, we'll focus on these two archers. In fact, I think one of the strats here is to just kind of kill any archers to where you only have meleeers. But there's just spawned an archer, so yeah, he could turn at any moment onto the barrier, which he just did. So yeah, we'll see though. It's obviously fairly easy part. I actually don't even really want the escape crystal on, but I guess I have it on. And this one should be a cinch coming through here. Somehow these warriors up front are not really turning towards the barrier. This one up front that's blocking them all is not. So I actually don't need to aggro him if he's just gonna mind his own business. So yeah, pretty cheeky. Just keep my stats high, keep my prayer high. As we will be jumping directly into the Asilt fight. I probably should read that. there's probably some type of mechanic. Let me just disable the telecrystal, as I should be safe now, so I don't accidentally teleport out. See what the assailant says. Okay, protect from melee will nullify the damage. Quickly change to protect range after his stun attack. So just pray melee and then just switch to range when he stuns you. So basically just hover over pray range, and I think that fight's fairly easy. It does say that he will drain your stats after he throws like a potion at you, so you just want to quickly restore and then re-super combat. So yeah, so fairly easy fight. Not super concerned here. He does drain my stats though, but I'm pretty much just getting ready to pray range when, yeah, like when he does that pushback and then right back to pray melee. So fairly easy. Oh, hate that potion because it's gonna drain my stats, but no worries. The fight is basically over. Let's just DDS him out and we're good. Cool. Okay, getting a little bit dicey here. This is the second character coming through. I'm not even going to turn on the escape crystal. It's pretty straightforward, but a lot of archers on my spawn. I think it is random how many archers and stuff you get. And wow, yeah, these archers are tearing through my barrier. So I have to be watching out here. Just constantly aggro the ones that are focusing the barrier. This one kind of shoots over my head here. Oh my god, they just literally all turn on it. It's like, what do you do, you know? Okay, so yeah, I gotta watch out for the ones that turn onto it directly. This guy, though, like I was just saying, shoots over my head, so it's kind of hard to notice if he's targeting it or if he's just shooting over my head. This one will be close. This one will be very close. And it looks like we are just barely going to finish this one. Wow, that health bar was so low. Yeah, so second one's down, onto another fight with Hcim. Okay, second character is done with Hcim as we come through to this dialogue, and we are on to the third to do the tank test and fight Hcim, leading up to the final boss. As you can see right here, the other two characters are there waiting. Okay, we're officially in the third Hcim fight. Waiting for him to throw the potion at me. Okay, then I'll restore, and then I will super combat. He's gonna push me back here. Any second he's gonna push me back, right? Yeah, right there. And another stat drain. I'll just instantly recombat. But yeah, this fight's a cakewalk. Oh, missed that one slightly. Did take damage, but yeah. Pretty much a wrap, and this puts us into the third account through all of the fights, all of the quests up until Saren. So right now, you can see in the bottom, we have two characters already talking to the fragment of Saren, and this is the third that will eventually join them. So again, the fourth account is literally just woodcutting. But yeah, the others are there. So yeah, we will join them, and I will be entering the Saren fight on all three, teleporting out to gear up for the final fight. Okay, so we have fully geared up. I gave my, I will give each account that goes to the boss the Hcim's top and skirt. I do have a couple duplicates. I think I have a duplicate skirt. But unfortunately, I will have to repair it and swap it, as well as give over the trident after uncharging it. Cheeky little 1% magic damage now on Hcim's hood as well, so actually you also will see a decent effect from that as well. I popped my imbued heart, I stamina'd, I have an anti-poison running in case the tripwire hits you, which it did. It did 10 damage, and I anglered, so I went to 121 health. Unfortunately, I lost 10 HP due to the tripwire triggering. So right now we'll just have to deal with 111. I'm not going to bring the imbued heart because, well, one, it's only usable once every 7 minutes, but two, the effect will immediately get brewed away as I heal in the fight. As I do need to constantly brew to heal in this fight, just because I need to stay at basically my max health throughout the fight for the final attack. But with my trident and my DPS, like at 99 mage with this setup, I should hit basically max hits the entire way, because the way Saren works is you actually can only hit, I think, like a 24, 25 max, and any attack above that would roll above that, like a 40, if my max hits like 44, anything that hits between 25 to 44 or your max hit above that gets reduced and re-rolls a number between like 20 to 25. So it's the same mechanic that Zulrah has, actually. Zulrah actually does the same thing, and it re-rolls anything above a 50 to a 45 through 50. So you can never hit higher than a 25 on here. You can never hit higher than like a 50 at Zulrah. But the extra max hits you get do affect the boss tremendously. So you'll see just a ton of me hitting like 20s, 20, 20, something around 20, because anytime I roll over into those high digits, it's going to re-roll the hit into effectively the max hit that Saren will allow you to hit her, which is about 20 something. So I'm just hoping that, well, I have tons of brews, so I don't really need to rely on hope. It should be pretty secure here. I have my escape crystal active in case something happens like a disconnect. So let's just jump right in. The first fight will begin here. I just need to prepare myself for her multiple specials throughout the fight. So let's pray. And yeah, see, there you go. So you're going to see just constant 20s here, as I expect. I do just need to be ready for when she summons clones and whatnot. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of good hits here. Step away from her melee here. And hopefully the trident just does work here with the bruise. Gonna try to keep my imbued heart going for as long as possible here. I believe that's the right one. Nice, and I avoided the damage from that. So the clones are down. She will do a summoning effect. Summoning portals here right now. Okay, pretty decent, minimally, took minimal damage there. And now I will switch to my Phoenix necklace for this final attack. I'm above 100 health, so she can only hit 99s here, and she's going to hit me to like 7 HP left. And as soon as I get hit, the Phoenix neck will proc. A little bit Monka there, a little bit Monka, but we're just brewing back up, and we're back to full health, so... The Phoenix necklace immediately took us to a decent health standpoint there. So, okay, what's her first special? She teleports me to her, and she tries to melee spin you. So, just have to step back after the teleport. And yeah, already down to half health. The DPS is working as I hoped it would. So I'm going to stop attacking here and wait for the clone. And if we get a fast attack off there, we actually dodge all of it. So normally she will, when she splits into her clone, if you're not quick enough, she'll throw off her initial volley of attacks there. Which actually, since there's 3 of her, you really have to worry, because all 3 of the clones will attack you. So you'll take 1 volley from a multitude of Sarens. And you take a ton of damage there, but because I was so quick and ready for it with the special, I easily dodged that one. So yeah, we're at 107. Very important. I have the Phoenix necklace on, and it's done. So let's throw the occult back on. Let's start brewing back up in case there's anything sketchy that happens. We'll restore. Yeah, should be a cakewalk from here. Just gonna double brew and then step away. Yeah, so her attacks are getting much more rapid now that she's lower health, and they're much more potent. So she will summon many more clones. She'll have like 4 clones here. So let's equip the knives. Attack the one. Oh, a little early there. Let's center ourselves. And I actually didn't see that one because it was under the chat. Oh, but it does still look like I dodged the majority of the volley of her attacks there. So I do need to be ready here for the healing pillars. Yes, was ready. And yeah. Okay, we took them down fairly quick. That's what the knives are for. Knives actually have a slightly higher attack range than darts, so that's why you're seeing knives instead of darts, is it does allow me to hit them from a little bit further away, meaning that I can snag them one by one with near certainty. Okay, so this is probably the last time she'll get to use that attack that does your max health -1 and red bar Saren. There it is. Fairly simple. I actually only used like a few brews. So yeah, with the DPS from my gear and my trident and my stats, that fight went pretty smooth, I would say. So I do actually have to completely finish this dialogue so that this account can take off the gear and give it to the other account. So yeah, there it is. First of 3. Well, it's actually the second of 4. But you know, I'm literally in Prif right now, cutting magics on the first guy that had completed the quest. So, yeah. Gonna just finish this dialogue, complete the quest, get my reward, and yeah, start trading off the gear, like the imbued heart, the tormented bracelet, and the Hcim and the trident. All will have to go to each of the other accounts as I do this, and hopefully we can get Song of the Elves done on all 3 accounts here shortly. There it is. We're in the gates, and boom, 40k, 40k, 40. Wow, all this 40,000s of XP drops, and not a single skill level up. That is exactly what I expect, being 2100 something total level. That's a lot of XP gained, but unfortunately the stats are just so high that it takes a lot more than 40k to get a level. But definitely enjoy the agility, the herb lore, the construction. We'll just take it all, right? So from here, going to be unequipping all these major items, and I believe the heart is what we also want. We will go to our house or Lumbridge and repair this, throw it in the group storage, and move on to the next character. And on to the second character. So yeah, I fully stacked myself up. Let me actually just close this. The quest guide no longer needed, as I know what's remaining in the quest. I'm bringing 3 Phoenix necks. I'm bringing my knives to attack the clone and the healing pillars. I did my pre-pot with the heart, anti-poison. I'm actually just bringing a stam because I saw how many brews I had left. I would rather just drink a second dose of stam here to be able to run the remainder of the way, as it did run out, and I actually wanted to save some run energy, so I started walking. But yeah, all the gear was swapped over. Tormented Bracelet, Occult, full Hcim, and the Trident in the Swamp really going to carry here. I do believe Eternal Boots also got part of that buff, so Eternal Boots do make quite a big difference. And yeah, Prey Range, Mystic Might will be the quick praise of choice. Basically, though, you just turn it on and leave it on. Important to note that, like, even if I don't have a good ring, I do not want to bring a Ring of Life, because you're guaranteed to get hit down to like very low health here, and then you would just instantly telly out. So that's not good. Make sure you're not bringing a Ring of Life or a Defense Cape. Even if you're hardcore, it's one of the areas where you have to avoid it. And then, yeah, bringing an Escape Crystal. So, worst case scenario, I have a teleport on my Blessing, my book. But if I, for some reason, wasn't bringing that gear, I can always just left-click this Escape Crystal to get out. Alright, we are back, ready to enter in. Just immediately hit the quick praise and start wailing away. Round 2 of 3. It's different account, different character. Gonna be, as the video has shown, fully completing this quest on all 3 in the same roughly hour or whatever. Crazy feat. It is something that I really need these quests done. It just gives me such greater access to a lot of the content, like in Prif. Okay, a little bit slow there, so I'll probably get hit. Oh, nope, didn't get hit by any of the attacks. Again, it's a very, very fast on the clone part is pretty important in my opinion, and then you really want to also be as fast as you can with hitting the healing pillars. A lot of people will struggle with the DPS on this boss. It's not so much always just about hitting that much DPS, but it's more about making sure that you take out those healing pillars super fast. So we're just going to instantly combo triple eat there. Phoenix Neck proc went off, nice, which heals us instantly to 30 without making me have to brew my stats. The Phoenix Necks aren't even that important, especially if you have Bruise. If you have Bruise, you're absolutely cruising on this fight. I would still probably tell people to use blood spells, even if you have Bruise, but maybe not. Like if you have a Trident, probably just Trident with Bruise. Because brewing your stats too low will reduce your auto cast and remove it because you don't have the magic level anymore to cast, like say Blood Blitz. If you're only 80 something magic, one Brutus puts you below that, so you actually no longer can cast, and you would have to reset up that auto cast or whatever. So quickly hitting the healing totems. Okay, and so we're still above 99. If I take a little bit more damage here, I do need to brew again, but it looks like she's not hitting very much. Okay, that's a little sketchy at 100, but should be able to survive this here. A little bit sketchy there. Okay, but yeah, Phoenix Neck does go off, heals us up. We will restore all the stats lost here. Keep restoring our stats so that our magic level is high, because your DPS of your Trident is dependent on your actual magic level, so very important to restore after reducing it. And yeah, we might get to one more special round here. Probably will. She'll probably do the final attack one more time, as my attacks are capped to only hitting like 20s, as I've described with the mechanics of her damage reduction here. Very impressed with the how quickly I'm getting that clone. Not taking a volley there of all 4 clones at once is like actually super important, because that's less healing that I have to do. Getting ready to hit the totems here. Going for that Trident hit right at the end there is a little bit greedy. Oh god, gotta watch out though. She can melee you randomly if you walk a little bit too close to her while like throwing knives or darts at the totems. So we are at 108 again, confirming that I will survive this 98 here. She will hit the 98. Oh, almost forgot to put the necklace on. Wouldn't have really mattered too much, but you can never be too safe. And yeah, just riding out the last hit or two, and there it is. Number 2 done. We'll see you on the 3rd. And yeah, just real quick, there it is, the second feed there. So I actually did level up there. I actually got the 90 hunter. Grats, grats, grats me. Alright. We will move on to the third. Alright, we have returned here. Third account, we have our escape crystal. Our trident is charged. Okay, quick praiser on, and we just go to town. So yeah, we pre-imbued heart at the bank. It's only at +5 now for a mage level. Again, just not a big deal. Step away from her melee. Yeah, so she should be doing the clone attack here. Nice quick hit, and she doesn't throw any attacks. Interesting there, I was able to force a melee, and then she doesn't range you, so kind of interesting. Potentially a mechanic you could abuse. Very quick on the totems there, that's nice. So yeah, we're going to be just brewing up now in preparation for this attack. Okay, so we're kind of chilling now on 110 health. The Phoenix Neck is on. Just keep attacking, and there she will do her huge hit here. Get the occult back on, and we'll just do a couple brew doses, restore those lost stats, and we're back to chugging away. DPS. But yeah. Okay, she's gonna teleport me close. Just gotta, understand the rotation of Saren. She starts out by teleporting you towards her, and then she will melee you, so all you gotta do is step back. The lower her health gets, though, like I said, the more potent her attacks get. So the quicker you have to react to run away when she teleports you before she starts meleeing you, otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage. Second one is, again, she splits into clones. It's only 2 clones when she's high health. At about half health, she summons like a third, and then yeah, you're gonna get ranged by every single one of her clones. So the faster you can identify the real one, if you're really quick with knives, is what I would recommend. You can actually just snipe her down really fast, and you take literally no damage if you're quick. Otherwise, they all fire off a single volley, and yeah, it gets very dicey from there. And then yeah, obviously then the third one is the healing totems, so kind of same deal as the clones, is that you just want to be really quick with your knives. So what I would suggest is, like, if you're trying to take on Saren, count her attacks. One after the clones, after you spawn her clones. 1 attack, 2 attacks, and then the third attack you want to literally be sitting here waiting with your knives like this, and like ignore DPSing the boss. It does not help you to DPS her when she's going to summon 4 totems that are going to just start instantly healing her up faster than you could possibly DPS. So it's better that you eliminate the healing rather than trying to tunnel vision DPS. I see a lot of people doing this quest, and they fail to recognize that you should stop like 1 attack early, kind of, and prep yourself by holding your knives, getting ready to click on the perimeter of the fight. And yeah, just with that, we have a couple more hits here, and she's down again. So 3rd in a row, no problem, barely even touched the bruise. Phoenix necklaces do so much work there because they heal you to like 30 from like the 1 HP you sit at. So it's like a 30 HP heal. So it's way better than 1 food. Obviously a brew will heal you more per slot, but it allows you to keep DPSing without brewing your stats down and then having to restore. I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it if you're blood barraging your health back up, because that's just the 30 less health that you have to blood barrage your health back up with. Uh, Meaning that, say you're bringing hard food like sharks or something, right? Manta rays. You Every time you eat, you're delaying your attack speed, which delays your damage output to beating the boss, which means she's going to get through more attacks, she's going to get through more specials, and worstly, she's going to get to more of that one shot at the end where it does your max HP -1. So that's a 98 damage hit if you're 99 HP or whatever your health is -1. It's probably in the 70s or 80s at minimum. So yeah, there it is. Song of the Elves done on the third character. We did get an agility level from that, so 82. And we have access to Prif officially on all 4 accounts. Something I have been wanting to do for quite a long time now. I will throw some of this important gear back in the storage for my main raiding account to use. We do not need to have it anymore on this character. But yeah, one of the most important things that I want from Prif is the ability to use a Bofa, first off, and second off, obtain crystal shards. Obtaining crystal shards from alt accounts, just doing various skilling or whatever, like I could thieve elves or whatever, that's pretty massive, to being able to like effectively freely gather crystal shards on different accounts, and potentially, have some way to transfer them over. You can't trade them, but there are cheeky ways that different accounts could utilize them. For example, I can't trade them to my main raiding account to help corrupt the Bofa, but I could use, if one of these accounts gets like 250 shards, which you need to craft the Bofa into the bow or something. Actually, no, I take that back, because technically then it would have charges on it, so I would have to undo the charges. So you can't really do that, but what you can do is you could make divine potions, for example, which takes crystal dust, so I could crush them up and make divine potions to give to my main. That way the main raiding account that's doing gauntlet for shards and wants to corrupt a Bofa eventually doesn't have to constantly invest their own shards into the dust to create divine potions for the whole team. So yeah, there are some cheeky ways that you can kind of utilize that to greater effect. And yeah, just being able to get into Prif, have access to Volcano, could do Gauntlet on any account now. Whatever the case is, right, I now have access, and yeah, it's just been a goal of mine. So that's going to kind of conclude the video. Thank you for anyone who tuned in for the video. Please comment below. There are some links in the description for my Kick on Twitch. Primarily been streaming on Kick lately, so you can easily catch me live there. I'm trying to be very consistent with Kick now. I have been consistent with uploading videos on YouTube and not streaming as much, but now that I've sort of worked some things out, I'm going to be doing a lot of recording whilst streaming, so I can kind of knock 2 birds with 1 stone. And yeah, I hope to catch some people when I'm live on Kick. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.